guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to do a bit of a back to school haul with you today. I did go out to Target and to Staples and got some homeschool supplies. However, they did not have as much as I had hoped, and it is only the end of July, so that is probably part of it, but I did have to order a bunch of stuff off of Amazon, and I did get some other back to school things from Erin Condren. Those things are not in yet. We are starting our school year in just a couple of days. We are starting July 27th. This video will probably be up after that, but I wanted to show you what I do have just for a little haul video. So let's get into it. So we got quite a bit of stuff. I know it seems like a lot of redundancy. It kind of is with 3 kids. But I am going to show you the individual stuff and how we use it now. So first up, I have these Ticonderoga pencils. They are my absolute favorite pencil. I buy the unsharpened ones because they are cheaper. We have an electric pencil sharpener that works really well. I will try and find a link for it and leave it in the description box below. And we also have one of those old school crank pencil sharpeners that you used to see like in an elementary school. It was in our front closet when we moved into this new house, so there's plenty of places for the kids to sharpen pencils, and I get 2 packs of these. We lose so many pencils. I don't know where they go, but they are always missing. So usually I will put out 1 or 2 pencils per kid, and then I pack these away, and then we dole them out as needed throughout the year. If I just put them in a container for the kids to grab at whenever they want one, they end up in their bedrooms most of the time, or like underneath the couch. So Ticonderoga pencils, the best pencil. It even says it on the label, world's best pencil. I did have a lot of trouble finding paint this year. The kids go through a ton of paint. These are just the Target brand watercolors, just so that I could have something for them. I did buy a bunch of paint from Amazon, which hopefully will come sooner rather than later. But the kids all love to do watercolors. We do a lot of art type things while I'm doing read alouds, and even if it's messy, I'll just put like a sheet down and like a tablecloth. They listen better when they are doing things. So I got 3 of the watercolors, and then also just new paintbrushes because our old paintbrushes are really gross. I try to buy new ones every year. I love the Crayola brand for most of their stuff. I don't know why. I just buy it. That's what I buy. So this stuff is all, I got all of this at Target. I got some Bic pens. This is actually mainly for Matt because he's always looking for a pen. My kids don't typically use pens for anything. Emma might. I use fancy pens for my planner stuff, but I've always just loved the Bic pens. They last a long time, and as long as we don't lose them, they are a good thing to have on hand. Plus for writing checks, which I do still do once in a while. We ran out of pretty much all of our glue this year, so I did buy new stick glue. This is mainly for Lucy, and we are going to be doing some lap books with Jack this year for his history. So having the stick glue is good for that. And then also just some of the regular white glue. My kids went through a slime phase last winter, spring. I think they only came out of the slime phase because we ran out of glue. So they used all of the glue that we had on hand. I don't buy this every year, but I had to restock it because we ran out. So lots of glue. And then I do get the kids each their own crayons each year. they end up broken or really used up. My kids use a lot of art supplies. We had a bin of like broken crayons and things like that, but before we moved, I did get rid of a lot of that stuff just because it was not worth trying to move. So I buy 2 of these for my kids. They get one at the beginning of the year, and then usually towards the middle of the year, I will give them another box of crayons. And then the same thing with the markers. I usually will get the washable ones, but I did not find them this year. So I get the washable ones. I will insert a picture here why I do that. Yeah, so I did not find washable markers this year, and the washable ones are more expensive, but I did get the fine line and then also the broad line markers, one for each of the kids. So what ends up happening is if the covers are not on tight, they do dry out, and so we do like to get new markers. Also, I've noticed that when Lucy uses them, she colors over multiple colors, and so the colors blend like on the tip of the marker. So her markers wear out a lot faster than everybody else's. Then I have a couple of packages of construction paper. I like to leave this, we have a big filing cabinet, and I will fill that with extra notebooks and paper so that the kids have access to that when they are trying to do any sort of craft type thing, and it stays more organized when it's in the file drawers. I just get those wide bottom files, and then I'll take this out of the plastic and I'll put one package in there, and it's helpful when they have friends over and they're working on art projects. Everybody can just go into that filing cabinet and grab what they need. And then I always buy these drawing books for the kids, and I encourage them to keep their work in this notebook, in the spiral notebook, or actually I don't know if it's a spiral notebook, it's one of those O-ring notebooks. It's not the best quality paper, but my kids do love to draw a lot, so and I like to see the progression of how they're starting at the beginning of the year and how they're doing at the end of the year. So Emma and Jack each get one of these, and they also have, I got some good quality sketchbooks from Erin Condren. They have a really heavy, nice paper, which I think I did another video about that several months ago, which I had planned to keep those notebooks for the beginning of the school year, but they have already started using them. They draw every day. So they each get 2 of these. Lucy, I do not get these for Lucy. Instead, I get her these giant watercolor pads. It's just, plain paper, but it's really big so that she can spread it out on the table and do what she needs to do. It's not really heavy, so if you use a lot of water for the watercolor, it does not last as long, and holes can get into it, but it is a good option for her. And then she uses notebook paper most of the time, or printer paper that we just have in bulk on hand, because she's not at the point where she needs a little bit heavier paper. It's not necessary. And then I have a bunch of notebooks. Each kid gets a color, and these I actually got from Staples. Everything else I purchased from Target, but the one subject notebooks I got from Staples, partly because I could find them easier. They are 25 cents a piece right now on sale for back to school, and each of my kids will have a color for the year. So Lucy is pink, Jack is blue, and then Emma is this teal color. I get them 10 notebooks each so that they have plenty of notebooks. And actually this year I did buy an additional 30 just assorted colors of notebooks just so that I have them on hand. My kids do a lot of writing, Emma and Jack specifically, and they fill up these notebooks so quickly. I have tried the loose leaf line paper in the past in the binders. However, it gets torn out of the binders, and this just seems to work a lot better. So they each get a notebook. We use this for copy work. We use this for Brave Writer. Things that we are doing with Brave Writer, the kids use them for writing out stories. They have been doing a lot more typing lately, and I think that's because we essentially ran out of paper, which is why I bought so many notebooks this year. But the reason that I choose the Staples ones over the Target brand is because the coil is better. Last year I did buy Target brand one subject notebooks, and the coils all unraveled. These are much sturdier. So if you have a choice between going to Staples and Target, I definitely recommend going to Staples. They're the same price. They're 25 cents in both places, but the quality is just a bit better at Staples. Then I did get some D-ring binders from Target. I have had a lot of binders in the past, but we are now using most of them, so I needed to replenish what I had, and I prefer the D-ring binders because they are easier to close with a lot of paper in them. So these are 2-inch binders, and these are specifically for me. Oh, that's upside down. These are specifically for me. I'm not sure if I'm going to put instructor's guides in these, or one thing that I was actually thinking about doing is putting all of the darts, because we did purchase the entire dart package this year from Brave Writer for Jack. I'll leave a link to that video below, but each month I will print out a new dart guide, and so I think that they may all fit in here really well. I would prefer to have them bound. I do not have a binding machine at the moment, spiral bound. So I think that's something that I'm hopefully going to invest in sooner rather than later, because I do really like spiral bound things. But this is what I'm going to use for the moment. I knew that I had a bunch of papers that needed to go in some sort of a binder, so I got a few different ones. These are 1/2-inch D-ring binders, and these are perfect for the worksheets, the science worksheets that go with the science program that Jack is using. Last year, each of my kids used one of these for their worksheets, and it was the perfect size. And so I am going to take out all of Jack's worksheets for his science program this year and put them in one of these so that he has all of the worksheets in one place. And then I got a 1.5-inch binder. This is for Emma for just some of the extra papers that she has. I think that I have her instructor's guides for her Sunlight History Bible Literature in a 1-inch binder right now, and this is 1.5-inch. It's just going to give her a little bit more space to have about 6 to 8 weeks of work at once in the binder instead of using the big 3-inch binders from Sunlight. I will remove her work so that she has it in a smaller binder and much more manageable. And the same with this 1-inch binder. I knew that I just needed some extra binders, and so I grabbed assorted sizes. I found these in the Target dollar spot. They are just little containers. They're a good size, so I think what I'm going to do, if you've been listening to any of my videos where I complain about not knowing where to put things, and how we've been doing some school upstairs, we have a game closet, and my thinking was that I would have one of these for each kid, and they could put their normal everyday work right in this at the end of the day, so it's accessible upstairs when we are doing school upstairs. I do not know how our days are going to be, if we will do more school upstairs, around the dining room table, on the couch, if we will do some school down in the basement. I thought that these would be manageable enough so that if we are going up and down the stairs, we can just grab them and it is easy. You know, I have two for Emma. She's going to be purple, Jack is blue, and Lucy is pink, and I can just put all of Lucy's books that we're working on for the week right in this pink bin. It can slide into the game closet, and then I know where everything is and I don't have to worry about it. And then Emma obviously has a few more books, so having the 2 bins I thought might be necessary, or maybe I will use one if she does not need both of them. But that was my thinking. I think these were like $3, so not $1 in the dollar spot, but I think that these will work really well for the beginning of the year. Like I said, I don't know how things are going to go yet, but that is my plan. So that is all of the school stuff that I have right now. Like I said, I'm still waiting for more stuff, and that's kind of sad because I know that the kids love to get new things at the beginning of the year. Actually, I did miss one thing. Index cards. I buy so many index cards. I use them myself for just little notes. I tend to use these more than Post-its. I like Post-its because I can stick them on my computer, but I will make little lists for things that I have to do, and I just can set it right next to my computer where I'm looking at it. It also works really well for research for the kids, and when they are doing any sort of project, I encourage them to write down a few notes on each index card. For one fact, they will write down the one fact, and then they will flip it over and put it to the side, and then they'll write the next fact. And then what they do at the end is they will put them in order of how they want to present the project, whether it's in a paper form, whether it's in just a presentation, if they're trying to do a Google Slides thing, or anything. We love these, and they work great as little lists when the kids need to do a chore day, or if they're overwhelmed with cleaning their rooms, which they often are. So I will, say to Jack, put away your Matchbox cars, pick up the big Legos, pick up the little Legos, and that makes it much more manageable for him. And these are only like 40 or 50 cents a pack, so much more economical than the Post-it notes. So that is everything now, and I will have some more stuff at some point to show you, hopefully. And yeah, I'm just really excited to get everything ready for the new school year. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.